Welcome back to the podcast called Tell the World, and I'm your host, guys. Happy Saturday, happy Saturday. How you guys doing out there? I thought I would come back on and do another episode on this Saturday. I hope my mic check 1 2 is clear. You know how you be on these audio interfaces and mics, and sometimes your voice changes. I remember one time somebody said, your voice sounds like a radio voice." I tell anybody, man, you get a mic and your voice will sound very professional regardless. The only thing I don't like is when you go through the drive-through, when you place an order and someone calls you ma'am and you're like, okay, I'm a mister, I'm a man, and never mind. Until you get round that side and you be like, okay, they see your face and they can't even give you the eye contact because they made a mistake calling you another gender of yourself. Funny shit, man, funny shit. Today I thought I would come on and speak on maybe a short topic um, about the motivational of yourself. Motivation ain't free. The motivation for yourself ain't free if you don't have that motivation, if you don't have those inspirations, if you don't even have a power of motivation inside you. You know, I always say what lies in your soul, what lies in your spirit, what lies in your heart. It's all the same, right? What lies within your heart of yourself. I know a lot of times our setbacks sometimes can be where we lose that motivation and those inspirations. You remember those imaginations that used to just pop up in your head? Those beautiful, fun imaginations. Come on, y'all remember? Remember when you was a kid, you was a dreamer? You could imagine being a fireman, being a police. I hate to use those two subjects there, or those two little matters of a career. But um, hell, being a construction worker. But don't you remember having imagination of being someone great? If you get what I'm saying. Hell, I remember when I used to imagine that I could put the cape around my neck. I would use a pillowcase and turn it into a cape. And I would jump off the porch and thought I could fly like Superman. I thought I could fly like Superman. And I really believed that I could do it. Hell, I could even imagine myself being a builder who could build things. And so sometimes when you're out there playing as a kid, you tap into those inspirations. You tap in with that imagination to creating things, dreaming of being someone great. You know, you're fresh, you're a child, you're free. You're free with no consequences. You're free, you're a clean spirit, right? So I think that comes more to us when our spirit is clean. What I mean about that is that as you grow up in life, this is where it gets kind of like I'm bringing you guys to a part of life that sometimes we don't seem to put those things together. So when I get done with this conversation here, y'all, I hope this helps someone. So as a child, you're free, you're clean, you're protected by your parents. You are protected by people who care about you. So, of course, you're going to be a clean spirit of yourself in the mind. But as you grow, you start to grow into different phases. Life starts to get a little challenging with yourself. Responsibility starts to kick in, right? So responsibility starts to kick in with yourself, and then you start to fall in love, right? right? You fall in love and all of that. You got a bunch of friends. What kind of friends you got? You got some good friends and you got some bad friends. You got some good relationships, and sometimes you're going to stumble on some bad relationships, right? So, with that being said, with all of this going on, can you imagine how fast it is to lose yourself once you get out into the real world and you have to meet the expectation of being an adult? Being an adult sometimes comes with responsibilities. It all depends on your raising. It all depends on the circumstances, situations, what you're going through. But somewhere down the line, I myself have been through this. As we get out into the real world, we start to deal with other things. And sometimes those other things we deal with can knock the life out of you. Knock the life right out of you. Knock it so much out of you that you don't have inspiration no more. You lose those imaginations. Those imaginations sometimes comes with nightmares. The motivation is definitely not going to be there. It's definitely not going to be there. See, when you're evolving and transforming into these different phases of yourself as being an adult, somewhere you have to re-cleanse yourself mentally, spiritually, inside you. Sometimes you got to evaluate yourself. I always tell people, always check on yourself within 3 months, 4 months. Make sure you're doing good. Make sure that things are on track. It's just a checklist, right? But most important of all, making sure you're good. Motivation is never easy, but motivation is very inspirational, right? Sometimes we can see people out there doing some amazing things, and all of a sudden, have you ever had that feeling where you start to feel that spark in yourself, right? Sometimes other people can help us tap into ourselves, into our motivation, into our greatness, right? Sometimes that happens when you're around the right vibration of people, when you're around the right people. A lot of people don't know that because sometimes a lot of things about you get knocked out uh, of greatness and inspirational things about you get knocked out where you take on these other dirty spirit of things, non-motivational feelings that knock you out, wipe that right out of you. And sometimes you feel like you're a dead link just moving around lost, no hope, no ambition. Lots of times, y'all, that comes from us giving more to others than what we forgot about ourselves, what we should have been given to. A lot of stories we see out here, most of the time, it was relationships, jobs, people, trauma that takes that away from us. Where we lose motivation, ambition, we lose our smile, we just a lost soul out here. And sometimes people don't tend to care about themselves no more or things around them. I always tell people sometimes, you know how you could tell about a person's mind, about themselves. Watch how they dress, watch what they say, and sometimes you can even go inside their house. That should explain everything. Because usually when things are not balanced in you, in reality, the things around you and the physical things that's around you start to go just like you go. You know how you got the nice grass lawn and you see it green and you keep it cut, and then all of a sudden, somewhere, for example, you lose someone and you just lose that motivation of cutting your grass, just taking care of the property, period. Inside the home gets neglected. I'm pretty sure we've seen those things before. Hell, sometime when you're driving, look at homes. Look at some homes and just wonder what might have caused that house to go down. Even houses, homes in general, can lose that motivation in the spirit of you. Remember, wherever you go, you bring lightness as well as darkness. It's very true, very true. It's all energy, it's all in self. That's how powerful you are. You're so powerful that you can wipe yourself out with no love, no inspiration, no motivation, where you don't care anymore. Everything is about how you carry yourself. Sometimes how you respond can also speak a lot about you. So, motivation is not for free. It's not for free. You have to earn that back by taking better care of yourself and definitely knowing your worth. Definitely knowing your worth about yourself. A lot of that sometimes is a big thing about um, uh, the, the good energy around us. Is uh, do we feel worthless? Do we care anymore? You know, all you got to do is just stop caring, stop showing concerns, and about yourself, and watch yourself just go down. So it brings me to this: can people bring us down? Hell yeah. That's true, strong energy. Sometimes love for others that don't give it back to you can knock your ambition and motivation down, knock you down where you don't care no more. Sometimes you can be at a light and you just lose thought that the light has turned green and you're sitting there in a lost imagination of crap that you're going through. Crap that you're going through. I'm just breaking some of these things down to let you know that I've been there. I've been there. But the goal is, right, to get better. You know why? God gives us another chance to get it right with ourselves. He gives us all those chances to get it right with ourselves. All is not doomed. And time does need time to heal. And that's the best time to heal, with time. Taking time out for yourself. Sometimes you got to get clear away from people to get you back. Because remember, I said as humans, we hear a lot of things every day. So that knocks your voice out because you're hearing everybody else's voices, everybody else's demands, wants, needs. I need you over here. I need you to get that. Before you get off work, take care of this for me. So a lot can be taken out of you so fast, it doesn't take long. Over the years, this takes time to figure out about yourself. Like when you're ready to pick up with yourself, when you're ready to get things going for yourself. So all of this does takes time. It can't be rushed. It takes time. It really does. So that's when you have to put that trust in you, trust in God, faith in you. Put faith in you to get it back. Look, I always said everybody can't go. And you can't bring everybody with you on your journey. Because sometimes pleasing others may start to displease you, right? May make you sad. May make you sad. But remember who you are. Get to yourself. Stay out of the mind of defeated. I can't get nothing back. I've lost things. All of those things that you're talking about was a moment when you had it. When you had it together. But it's okay to lose those things. You just have to let them go, because those things that you try to hold on to will cause you to lose yourself, lose that power of motivation that's inside of you, right? So let's get into the definition of motivation. The reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. Escape can be a strong motivation for travel. I mean, if you understand that, the self part, the behaving, like if you behave without motivation, nothing works for you. If you want to do anything in your life, you got to be motivated. Somewhere inside you, you got to find that motivation. Everybody's motivation is different. It's that gusto inside of you, right? It's the gusto. It's definitely your will. It's the will for someone to do something for themselves. That's the motivation. You chose to get up to do something for yourself. Take a stand. Start to get yourself back on your feet. You got an action plan that's starting to give you traction in your life, that gives you result. You know, those things give you motivation. If you find what motivation means inside you, all of our motivations is different. We're similar, right? We're similar to the same, but there's a willpower that the Creator gives us all to pull that out. Sometimes some people can pull that motivation and resurface it back in you. It's like, do you know who you are? I see greatness in you. Sometimes what you don't see, or what you felt like you lost, somebody else sees. Sometimes you start to help others and don't even know that you are great. Helping somebody motivates others. And you know what that does to you? That makes you feel good. So in society, we think that we lose things, and sometimes we get saddened in life where we feel like, no one knows you exist, right? Sometimes in life, you have to start to be a servant in life, meaning help people that really need your help, right? Helping people that really, really need your help. Have you ever helped someone and you put a smile on their face? Have you ever helped someone that really told you, and you never heard this in a long time, thank you. Thank you so much. It's a touching feeling to hear somebody tell you thank you. So motivation sometimes comes from others, but also it can come from you if you choose to be a servant of changing that. I don't have it. I don't have the will. I don't have the strength. Yes, you do have it. Sometimes being a servant to others that are in need, that appreciate the little help that you give them, gives you that will, gives you that motivation back. Oh, yeah, it does. It does. I thought I would just come on and hope that that could help somebody, y'all. Because, in my lifetime, I've lived a long time. I'm getting older, y'all, because I got a birthday coming up on the 13th of August. And, some days I feel this way. But other days, I still feel like I'm sweet 16. Like I got the gusto still. Because I still can run. I still can jump. I'm still happy in my life. I never look back. But let me be relatable. I look back a little bit sometimes. But that's just devil's temptation. And you don't need to rewind, reverse, go back in life. when the doors have opened for you, opportunity has opened for you, new chapters ahead for you. But nothing will work for you if you don't get your motivational spirit of yourself back. Some people find it by reading books. Some people find it with just reading poems. But some people go out into the wilderness and find it. Some people find it out there, y'all. Sometimes people can see something that catches them at a down moment of their lives, that gives them hope. Meaning, sometimes things come with a sign. Sometimes it can be right in front of your face. Sometimes it can be right in your ear. Like me, I'm in y'all ears. I'm in y'all ears right now. So that's what I mean about motivation ain't free. It's not for free. Because the value in you have to put in your life. Then you'll start to see motivation. Put time, put effort, put you into your motivation. It's definitely not for free if you don't have it, because you can't even give it. That's what I mean about it's not free. It's not free for you to give it to anybody if you're not giving it to yourself. Well, guys, that concludes Tell the World the podcast. Also, guys, you can check us out on the website, www.telltheworldpodcast.com. You can catch me on YouTube. You can catch me on Facebook at Tell the World Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, lots of places, y'all. I'm actually everywhere. I could just go on wherever, or if you got a device, that's where I'm at. I'm like your guardian angel. I'm everywhere. Well, that concludes the podcast called Tell the World. Like, share, and subscribe. You heard it first.